So that was the reason why I wanted to get married at the time. So I thought I would be married at 21. Hey guys, it's Katrin here again, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're returning, thank you so much for stopping by. I'm so grateful and I'm so glad that you're here. So guys, today's video is inspired by two different YouTubers, a UK YouTuber called Brini Lee and a small Nigerian YouTuber, VJ Dara, and their videos combined together were inspired by a tweet on Twitter by a Twitter user named Ray King, and I'm going to read out her tweets that sparked this conversation. Then I'll tell you what this video is about. So guys, permit me to read out the tweet. The Twitter user Ray King says, "I think the reason why I'm so disappointed in myself is because I created this perfect plan for my life, that is, working my dream job, married at 24, buy a house, kids at 25, and live happily ever after. And not one of these things I can tick off my list at the current age of 27. Now guys, the title of today's video is how to overcome destination anxiety. And I'm going to start by saying that personally, a few years back, I said to myself that I wanted to get married at 21. Why? Because I think my mom had my elder brother, our firstborn, when she was like 19 or 20, and you know how cute it is where you see a mother and her child standing next to each other and they look like they're siblings or something. So I've always had that idea in my head. I'm like, okay, I also want to get married early so that I'll also stand next to my daughter, and we look like we're siblings, So that was the reason why I wanted to get married at the time, So I thought I would be married at 21. And wait a minute, I was actually engaged when I was, I think, 20 or 21 to my then boyfriend. At that age, I was just rounding up my NYSC. To be honest, at the time, I had no clue what I wanted for my life. I had no clue what I wanted to do with my life. Like, I only knew that at the time, I really liked makeup. And as at that time, I was building my makeup kits. But I wasn't sure if that's what I wanted to do with my life. Like, I was clueless. There was nothing I knew. Like, I had no idea what I wanted for my life. Like, I had not even discovered myself, And I was proposed to. It came as a shock to me, but like, our relationship was a long distance relationship because my boyfriend at the time was in Lagos and I myself was in Ebonyi State where I served, So I came into Lagos because like there was election around the corner and my uncle was not okay with me like being in Ebonyi State during the election. So he asked me to come back home. He sent me money to come back home. I came back home and my boyfriend at the time proposed to me. And because like I am a one girl, one man kind of girl, so like I just didn't want him to feel like, oh, in Ebonyi State I was dating someone else. So yes, I accepted the proposal, knowing fully well that I wasn't ready to marry. Neither I wasn't even sure about marrying him. Like, we had communication issues, like so many issues in the relationship that I felt like at the time I wanted to speak to him about. Now, going back to like what this whole topic is about, how to overcome destination anxiety. So yeah, I thought I'll be married at 21. That didn't work out. I'm currently 30. If you've not seen my 30th birthday vlog, I'm going to link it up here, so definitely check that out. Or yeah, I recently turned 30 and to be honest, I have no boyfriend, I have no husband, and I'm happy. I'm happy. Do I genuinely want a boyfriend that is committed to me and wants to get married to me right now? Yes, I do. But do I have that person right now? I don't. Am I happy? Yes, I am. Like, it's important to find happiness in yourself in whatever stage that you're in. In today's social media era where everybody is posting, their successes, everybody's posting their proposals, they're posting them buying a house, they're posting them renting a big house, they're posting them like doing great things, traveling, having their dream job and all of that. So at some point in our lives as young people, you find yourself that you start comparing yourself to like a lot of people. So I feel like this topic is something that is very important for us to have a conversation about. Guys, I'm not teaching anybody anything, I'm just here to talk. Like, we're having a heart-to-heart talk, so I like to hear your opinion on this topic in the comment section below. To be honest, the reason why I feel like a lot of people have destination anxiety is because most of the time we have unrealistic expectations. Like, why are you comparing yourself to somebody that is in the UK? I cannot compare myself to a 30-year-old in like a better country like the UK, the US and Canada, Ireland and all those other places. I cannot. Like, I'm going to be doing myself a disservice by trying to compare myself to them, because they have better governments, they have like better things going for them over there. Like, you can see a 21-year-old buying a house in the UK, buying a house in the US and all those places, 25-year-olds. But here in Nigeria, you don't see that happening more often. Why? Because like the situations here in Nigeria does not favor the youth. We all know that. How many graduates get a job and earn 100K as a starter? Not everybody gets a job and earns 100K. I didn't get a job at like when I was done with school. Like after NYC, I didn't get my first job. I think I was earning like 40K or so. Do you understand? Not all of us have those kind of things working for us. Okay, so the reason why I feel like we have unrealistic expectations is comparison. Like, social media give us access to people's lives, and we're constantly comparing ourselves to the part of an individual that they put out there. Like, people don't put the bad, like they don't put when they are sad or when they are going through stuff, when they are going through midlife crisis and all of that. They don't put that, especially on Instagram and Twitter. They don't put that out there. On YouTube, once in a while you can see those kind of videos, because like, yeah, those kind of videos would make their click worthy videos. They'll make people want to watch your videos, but like on Instagram and Twitter, people don't put those kind of things. Instagram is a place where everybody's life is perfect. Like, I am also guilty of that. Like, I don't put when I'm sad or when I'm broke or when I don't have things going well for me. I don't put that out on my Instagram page or on my Twitter page or on my TikTok. Do you understand? We put the better part of our lives out there, and to be honest, that's how these things are. Nobody posts their failures on Instagram, just their success stories. And I will advise you the same advice that I advised myself. Like, judge yourself based on where you're coming from and where you're going, which is what I am doing right now. Like, to be honest, I'm guilty of judging myself based on like other people's successes. Even here on YouTube, like sometimes I look at other YouTubers my age, I see the great things that they're doing on YouTube, but I cannot continue comparing myself with these people. These people started their channels like 6 years ago, 7 years ago. I should not even expect to have the same results that somebody like Dima Ume or Laifa Beauty has, to like the kind of results that I'm having with my channel now. When did I start my channel? Like, I recently just started my channel. Dima Ume, Laifa Beauty, Kamsi Inamani, these people have been building their channels for a while now. Like, I cannot claim to want to have the same result that they have because they've put in the work, and they even started their channel at the time that YouTube wasn't oversaturated. I'm not saying the reason why my channel is not growing right now is because the YouTube space is oversaturated, because there are a lot of people coming on here on the platform and they are doing great things. Okay, so my advice would be that we should stop comparing ourselves to people on the internet. Like, compare yourself to people in your family. For me, for instance, in my family, like in my immediate family, I was the first graduate in my family. Okay, my father that gave birth to me wasn't a graduate. My father was trying to get into school when he died. Okay, so I'm the first graduate in my family, and that is an accomplishment. I did that, and I'm proud, and I'm very happy about that. So guys, stop comparing yourself to people that are doing better. Than compare yourself to your yesterday. Are you better off today than the way you were yesterday? If you are, girl, give yourself credit. Guy, give yourself credit. You're doing well. Next point I'm going to talk about is gratitude. I'm definitely, which I've even touched on a bit earlier on, like I am definitely better today than I was yesterday. Like, look at me, a few months ago I was still living in my uncle's house, you know, like living with a bunch of people in my uncle's house. It was very uncomfortable, you know. I didn't have my space. Most times when I want to film videos, I have to start begging people, oh please, I'm filming today, oh I don't want noise today, oh, you know, stuff like that. But see me now, Zeno and I rented this apartment and going life out together. Like, everybody's journey is different. Like, my journey is unique to me, and your journey is unique to you. Okay, so be grateful at every phase in life that you're at. Like, I'm learning to enjoy my journey. Like, I'm learning to really enjoy my journey. Like, I'm so grateful to God for how far I have come. I'm so happy. I'm so grateful to God. See me, like, there are a lot of my mates that are not doing as well as I'm doing now. I'm not doing great. I aspire to do better, but for the level that I'm in right now, I'm not doing badly. Okay, and I'm so grateful to God for that. Life is a journey, not a destination. I'm very grateful for every aspect of my journey of life. I really love the woman that I am becoming. Like, I am so proud of the woman that I have become. Like, I'm so happy with myself right now. And one of my favorite scriptures, Philippians 4 verse 6 to 7, says, don't worry about anything. Instead, pray about everything. Tell God what you need. I don't know if you guys know that scripture. I'm going to leave it on the screen so that you can go check it out. Like, that's one of my favorite scriptures of all time. Like, every time I read that scripture, I know that life does not always happen the way that we want it to happen, but like, I have God. Like, why am I worried? Do you understand? I'm not the owner of my life. Okay, and I'm really learning to trust the timing of my life. Life is a book. Enjoy every chapter of that book, and that is what I am currently doing. Like, I am enjoying my single phase, because I know that at some point I'm going to get married, and marriage is a whole lot of responsibility. You have to take care of your husband, you have to take care of your kids, you have to take care of your in-laws and all of that. So right now I'm learning to enjoy the journey that I'm in right now. I'm enjoying being single, being content with myself, being happy with myself, by myself. Like, these days I enjoy my own company. There was a time that I cannot even survive living alone, like being alone in the house. I always have to be around people, but right now I'm really enjoying being by myself and enjoying my company. And I'm going to like end this point by saying that there's a song that I love so much. In a world where there are seasons and time, this is your season. It's time to shine again. Like, we all have a season. Like, my best friend got married like a few years ago while I was in school. A lot of my classmates got married. People are getting married every day. Like, everybody's timing is different, and I'm choosing to trust God for my own timing, for my own season of my life. So guys, another reason why we have unrealistic expectations is perfection. Like, we're constantly seeking perfection, and guys, perfection is a myth. Like, there's no such thing as perfection. There are more important things to life: happiness, fulfillment, loyalty to self, owning your power, and being the one who writes your own story. Live your life and go after what you want. You get there in the right time, not at your own time, but at God's time. Like, there's this thing that they say back then, like when I was a lot younger, like in my primary school, secondary school days, they say that God's time is best. Like, that thing is not just a saying. God's time is really the best. Like, trust the timing of your life. Trust God's timing for your life. I'm a Christian, and I'm going to talk about, God more on this channel. Like, live your life, go after what you want. Do you want to learn a skill? Learn that skill. Do you want to travel abroad? If that's what you want, if you've prayed about it and that's what God is asking you to do, go ahead, do it. Learn a skill, get a job, like, do what it is. Live your life. Be happy, be content with yourself by yourself. Most of the plans that I made for my life a few years ago were plans that I made like my younger self, not knowing how the world works. Now I know how the world works. Like, I know how things are, and I am a lot more realistic with my expectation from life. Like, the reason why we feel like things are not happening for us is because of all these unrealistic expectations that we have for ourselves. Like I was saying about my relationship at that time, like my proposal story back then, like, I am definitely a better person now. I am not the same person that I was 8 or 9 years ago when I was proposed to. I have grown, I have experienced life more. I have dated two other guys after the person that I was engaged to, and I can definitely tell you that I know exactly what I want in a man. Like, I don't just want to marry for the sake of it. I don't want to marry for the flimsy reason why I wanted to marry when I was younger. Like, I know the reason why I want to marry. I'm a hopeless romantic. Like, I love love. My favorite kind of movies are like romantic movies, Black American love movies. Like, those are my favorite kind of movies to watch. I'm such a hopeless romantic. I'm a sucker for love. I love love. Okay, and right now I know what exactly it is that I want in a man. I don't want to just marry anybody for the sake of it. I want to marry somebody that I am in love with, someone I can go through life's journey with, someone that loves me, someone that cares for me. Like, I always used to tell my Uncle Sammy. You guys have seen him on this channel. Like, when I just started my channel, he was my uncle that I was living with. I always used to tell him that every time that I pray to God about the kind of man that I want to marry, I always used to tell God that I want to marry a man that is like my Uncle Sammy. Oh my God, Uncle Sammy is such a loving man. Like, he's such a loving man. Like, the way he loved his wife. That is exactly what I want in a man. And I know that it's very possible that I might not get somebody that is like my uncle. Do you understand? But I know what it is that I want in a man. Okay, I know what it is I want in a man right now, and I'm not willing to settle. Whenever the person comes, I marry. Okay, I know that my family will not be okay hearing this, but that's the truth. I want to be in a marriage and be in love with the person that I'm married to. Okay, so you guys, take it easy on yourself. Perfection is just a myth. So another reason why I feel like a lot of us have like unrealistic expectations is pressure. Like, this pressure, we get it everywhere. We get it from family, pressure from social media, pressure from society, pressure from ourselves. Like, we put so much pressure on ourselves. Like, it's done too much. Imagine the tweets that I read out earlier. This lady saying she wanted to buy a house. Like, how realistic is it for a 27-year-old to have their own house? Like, not rented, a house that they bought here in Nigeria is very unrealistic. Okay, so we should stop having unrealistic expectations of ourselves. Like, how realistic is it that a 27-year-old is married? How many 27-year-olds do you know that are married? Like, I have a couple of friends that are turning 30 like me this year, and they are not married. Some of them don't even have somebody that they are dating. Like, they are not in a serious relationship. About societal pressure, like, we have it in the society today. I just turned 30. I know that there are some places that I go to that people don't respect me because I am a young single lady. If I had a man's name attached to my name, there are places that I go to and they will respect me, okay? But right now, because I'm single, I don't have a man's name attached to me. When I go to some places, I am not respected, and to be honest, that's how the society, that's how it is, especially here in Nigeria, okay? Pressure from family. There was a time that an uncle of mine said something. I don't know if he watches my videos, but yeah, he said something about, it was like, he sounded worried that at the time, I think I was 28, he sounded worried that at that age he was asking me if I was in a relationship and whatnot. At that time, I think I was in a relationship, or I was in a talking phase with somebody. He sounded worried that at this age I have nobody. He held my hands and he was praying. Like, there were some things that he said to me, I can't even remember them right now, but I was hurt by some of the words that he said to me. But you know, I've decided not to let all of that get to me. Like, pressure will definitely, it will always come in life. Like, pressure from family, pressure from friends, pressure from social media on Instagram. Like, every time you open, there was a day I was telling my cousin Zino, I just opened my Instagram that Saturday morning and I was just seeing proposal everywhere. Proposal, wedding, kiniko. I like love, I love it, but you know, we get this pressure and sometimes it kind of starts to get to you, okay? So I feel like one of the reasons why we have unrealistic expectations is because of these pressures that we get. All the type of pressures that I've mentioned: societal pressure, pressure from social media, pressure from ourselves, pressure from family and whatnot. So guys, I'm going to end this video by saying that I turned 30 recently and I'm so excited. I'm so happy with the woman that I'm becoming, with the woman that I've become. I'm happy that I've always wanted to start a YouTube channel. I get to have my YouTube channel now. Like, you guys are currently watching me, it means that I have achieved this, and this is something to be really proud of. Like, I'm proud of myself. I rented an apartment with my cousin. Like, it's not much, but I did that, okay? And I'm very happy about it. Like, I am proud of myself, I am proud of my journey, I am proud of how far I have come. So guys, I'm going to end this video here by saying that it's okay if you get married at 21, it's okay if you get married at 25, it's okay if you get married at 30, it's even okay if you get married at 35 or 40. Like, we are all different people and we have different timelines in life. Like, everybody's timing is different, and I'm going to ask you to trust the timing of your life. Thank you so much for watching. If there are other reasons why you feel like people have unrealistic expectations, guys, I want this video to be very engaging. Please leave your comments in the comment section. I want this whole video to be interactive. Interact with me in the comment sections. What are the unrealistic expectations that you have or that you feel that people have? Leave it in the comments, and till I come your way next time, thank you so much for watching. Do not forget to like, comment, subscribe and share. And guys, please do not go. Check out my other videos before you leave. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.